What is going on, everybody? This is Prepper Princess. I am the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in purchasing my book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. Today we are talking with Joseph Laswell at Way Financial, who is my personal financial advisor. And one of the things that I get on this channel a lot is that people do not believe that I am a millionaire. I mean, I'm sitting here in my Amazon Basics paint-stained shirt, and I drive a 25-year-old car, and even my family and friends don't even know exactly how much money I have. Joseph is the only person on this planet that can confirm that I am a millionaire.
Amber does tell the truth.
Yeah, there you go.
She lives what she talks about.
Yeah, so I am in fact a millionaire, and I've been working with Joseph for a few years, and I found him on the Dave Ramsey website as one of his fiduciary financial advisors, and you were actually the fourth person that I went to. I had talked with 3 other financial advisors, and I just did not jive with them. And what really brought me to you was the fact that you were willing to not just answer my questions, but you answered them in so much detail and with like passion and intention, and you were just like really into it. And you were actually kind of like, he was kind of excited that I was excited about it. So, so he's a really great financial advisor. And I always recommend a fiduciary. There's a difference between a fiduciary and a regular financial advisor, and I was hoping you could explain a little bit as to what the difference is.
Yeah, sure, Amber. Hi, everyone. Amber is right on. She lives what she says. So funny, I asked her to sign a document at one time. We needed a signature for some reason, and she said, "I don't have a printer." And I think it was the only person I've ever met that doesn't have a printer, but we helped her get a printer. There's a couple different types of investment advisors, financial advisors, financial planner, pretty much the same thing when we hear those terms. However, you can deal with a retail-based investment advisor. This is going to be your traditional commission-based and fee-based advisor, maybe at the local community bank, any major retail-based financial institution, and if you walk into that branch with under $500,000, almost guaranteed you're going to work with a retail commission-based advisor. However, on the fiduciary side, typically account balances are a little bit larger, but when you work with a fiduciary, this is someone that has a legal obligation to serve your best interests. School teachers are fiduciaries. CPAs are fiduciaries. Your attorney is a fiduciary. You would think all financial advisors should act as a fiduciary, but that's not the case. And it's not that because if someone's not a fiduciary, it doesn't mean they're a bad person, certainly. It just means they get paid different, similar to how a real estate agent gets paid, right? That 3% when you buy and sell property. That advisor is going to sell mutual funds or variable annuities that have something called a front load on it. But if you could get that same mutual fund without a front load, wouldn't you rather not pay that 5.75%?
Yeah. And the way that you explained it to me several years ago, which is something that I remember, is kind of like when you go into a bank, they basically have a menu. And then they ask you what you want, and then they choose from the menu based on how much commission they're going to get. They get their commission up front, but with a fiduciary, you're charged a certain percentage depending on your financial advisor, and the more money you make, the more money he makes. So it's in his best interest to do everything in your best interest to make you more money.
100% right. We have a correlated self-interest. The performance of your account directly impacts my personal paycheck and how I take care of my family. So if I tell people this, if you're up 10%, I also got a raise. But if you're down 10%, my annual income just went down by that same amount.
It dropped.
And so I have a vested interest to also get it right. When you work with an advisor that sells a front-loaded product, if 6 or 12 months down the road you're not completely satisfied with their service and you left them, well, it's not necessarily a big loss to them because they've gotten paid a majority of their fees. However, with a fiduciary, we want to keep you, we want to add value over time. And so the longer that we keep you as a client, the more valuable as a business owner you become.
Exactly. And then also in regards to the financial advisors, how would a financial advisor be able to help somebody investing save taxes in the future? Because I don't think a lot of people understand the implications of taxes now versus later and how much you're going to be paying when you're older.
Yeah, this is something we talk about multiple times a day. If there are legal ways to reduce your tax exposure, you bet we want to talk about that. And are taxes on sale right now? Is it better for you to do pre-tax or post-tax investing? This is a conversation and question that we talk about pretty much every day. And so depending on your personal effective tax rate, that's going to have a big factor towards which pre-tax or post-tax investing is best for you. Also, just general conversation related to, how can I save money on taxes, or am I going to be in a lower tax bracket when I retire versus how I am now? Should I consider a Roth conversion? These are all just normal parts of our everyday conversation and should be part of your financial plan. And if you don't have a plan, I recommend asking your advisor to help create one for you. And if you don't have an advisor, a plan is really just designed to create a target for where you ultimately want to end up.
Yeah. And I just thought of this question while you were answering that. And this is kind of random. It's not really related to taxes in old age. But I saw a YouTube channel, Our Rich Journey, which is a great channel. And they have children who are under age 18. And their children under that age are able to invest. Is that something, I don't know what that's called or what it is, but is that something that people should be doing right now?
Yeah, I do get nerdy when it comes to talking about investing because I love that. This is what I do. What, Amber, I believe you're referring to is something called a custodial account?
Yes, that was the word.
And so it's where you just have a parent and overseer, but the tax related to that account is attached to the minor's social security number, which is very little to no tax typically for that person. And then the parent will maintain kind of discretion over the account until that person turns 23.
Oh, it's not 18.
So it's 23.
Okay, that's pretty smart. All right, so we are going to be going over several more questions over the next couple of months. Now, typically when somebody calls an advisor, you would charge, and rightfully so, charge a fee to discuss, possibly moving with your company or to give financial advice. And that's a rate around, typically it's around $200, $250, something like that, right?
To have a meeting?
Yeah, to have a meeting.
Yeah. So every firm is going to be a little different. So I think ultimately you need to pick someone that you like.
Yeah, not just somebody you like, but like somebody who, to me, it's not about somebody I like. I want somebody who's going to make me money. To me, it's about somebody who is willing to take okay. When I was talking to those other advisors, it felt like they were brushing me off and that I was almost annoying them with my questions. Like I was, that kind of feeling you get when somebody's just trying to brush you off, like go away. But you were not like that. You were just like, let's talk about this. And like but not just like, let's talk about this, like, let's talk about this. Like, I love this. So it's really important to find somebody that is willing to explain things to you. And I'm slow. Like, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. I'm kind of not that fast at learning. So explain it to me like I'm a little kid. And you did every single step of the way. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I think that if you have an advisor currently that's annoyed by your questions, politely excuse yourself from that relationship. Find an advisor that will answer your questions.
Yeah.
That's it. That should be simple, but we do get that feedback more frequently than you would think.
And based on the fact that you work on the amount of money that your clients, I just found that really surprising. It's like, I'm here to make you money and I'm okay, sorry to bother you,
Yeah, it's an interesting reaction. I don't understand that. It's a service business. Financial services, we serve our clients. It's all about you at our company. We want to know how we can best serve you.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, that's going to be all for today's video. Just make sure that you keep coming back, because we're going to keep talking to Joseph about all of those questions that you guys have about investing specifically, and something that maybe it'll set your mind at ease. A lot of people are scared of investing, and I always say you have to invest if you want to retire with dignity. So keep on coming back, but in the meantime, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.
That one's up on, goes through that driveway, the guy's walking right there. Oh, yeah. That side there. We're clear of 1127 King Road. We're going to be out at 1122 Queen Road. Same problem.